I hope you're all okay and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a very long overdue video that I feel my channel needs. Like, I feel like it's been so long since I had a little chit chat with you, gave you a little life update. I just feel that I need to do this video because I feel like there's been so much that's gone on in the last 6 months and whatnot. It would just be nice for me to sit down and just have a little chat with you. So I put out on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat the other day, asked me loads of questions because I was going to film a sort of Q&A video, and don't get me wrong, I had so many questions. It was quite overwhelming actually. I had so many questions and it was really lovely. So what I've sort of done is I thought I wanted the video to sort of flow well, because I feel like sometimes with Q&As, because the questions are just here, there and everywhere, they don't always flow that well, if you get what I mean. So I've sort of took all them questions, I wrote them down, and then I've sort of put them into categories, and I'm just going to sort of cover each category and try and answer the question within that, if you get what I mean. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got my little book here with everything that I wrote down that I want to talk to you guys about. Yeah, I'm going to jump straight into this video. So if you don't like chatty videos, then maybe give this one a miss, because I know not all of you do like my chatty videos. I see you in the comments below. So yeah, I'm going to get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, and probably the biggest thing that has happened, changed and gone on in my life in the last 6 months is that I have now left Misguided, which... hey, I don't even think I really spoke properly about getting the job at Misguided. So it's obviously gone so quickly, getting the job at Misguided, leaving Misguided. So I think I'm just going to sort of cover this and just give you a little bit more deets on this and what happened and why I made my decision. So basically, I got the job at Misguided in, I think it was June now. God, that is so long ago. Where does the time go? So obviously I landed a job at Misguided, which was obviously a dream come true for me, guys. Honestly, when I got that email to say that I'd been successful and I got the job, I was so overwhelmed, I was so happy, because Misguided has been a brand that I've always been very fond of. I've literally been obsessed with their website since day one. I remember them back in the day when they weren't established, they had crappy clothes on there, they were just the beginning, but even from day one I loved them. So I think that's always a great thing, when you really do have so much love for a brand and then you get a job there, it's so overwhelming and really, it's a big thing. I just think it's always nice to work for a brand that you yourself are passionate about. So to land that job was a massive deal to me. So excited, I couldn't wait to start the next little chapter. And my job role there, just in case you didn't know, was a fashion merchandiser. So yeah, so that was based in Leicester because they've just sort of got a Leicester hub now. Their head office is in Manchester, but I was actually based in Leicester. So yeah, obviously I landed my dream job, which, to be fair, I sort of envisioned that I'd be staying there for, the foreseeable future and just sort of progressing and working there really. Because that for me was sort of I finally built myself up to where I want to stay and be and just be steady, if you get what I mean. I think you always sort of, in your earlier years of your 20s, just sort of probably job hop a little bit and, build your experience and stuff. But I felt like getting the job at Misguided was somewhere where I felt that I could probably stay, and, you always want to progress and probably move on. But, I wanted to stay there for at least, a good few years with that before moving on maybe. But in the meantime, as you guys know, I do YouTube on a weekly? What am I on about? I do YouTube at the weekends. So in my spare time at the weekends, I try and sit down and film one video a week, and that's what I've pretty much been doing for the last 5-6 months. Not always do I get a video up every week, but I was trying to. It was proving very difficult, very tiring. It was obviously having a little bit of effect on my social life and stuff, because it isn't easy as people think with YouTube. I think people just think you just sit down in front of a camera and yeah, the video's done. It is much more than that. Yeah, it's a fun job, an exciting job, and I wouldn't say it's hard graft as such, but it's still hard work in the sense that you have to set up all your filming stuff, you have to sit and film the actual content, you have to edit the content, you have to think of the content, do you know what I mean? You can spend hours editing, you have to make your thumbnail, there's a lot more work than meets the eye, I think, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it can take you a day, 2 days to get your to film and do your content. So that was pretty much my weekends gone and whatever. So in that time as well, I was also getting so many more emails, so many more opportunities, so many more paid opportunities. And it sort of got to a stage where I kind of sat and thought to myself, I feel that something needs to give here. I'm getting all these opportunities, I'm having to you know, not take all the opportunities, i.e. like events. I couldn't get down to London as much as I wanted to because obviously I work, and a lot of the events started at 6. I didn't finish work till 5, half 5. So that was mean I was missing out on going to brands where I could potentially, you know, mingle with new brands and, you know, build partnerships, relationships. So I felt like that was a bit like, oh, you know, frustrating, I guess. And I think obviously the fact that I did start to get more and more paid work and started to earn more money, it just come to a month where I actually looked at how much I earn and I was like, wow, like I'm actually getting more than what I get on a monthly basis at Misguided. Yes, combined, that's a beautiful wage, but sometimes I just think you have to just take a risk. And I just sort of think to myself, if you can earn enough to sort of live off, at this age, at this time, whilst I'm living at home, whilst I don't have massive overheads like a mortgage, bills and things like that to pay for, why not take a step, take a risk, take a jump, take a plunge, whatever you want to call it, and give YouTube a go properly? Because essentially, YouTube is where my heart is. Yes, I loved working at Misguided, and, you know, it was fun, and I did really like it. I really enjoyed it. I met some wonderful people there, and yeah, it was a great place to work. But I think my heart more is in YouTube, just because it's my own thing. I think with anything, like when you throw something to your own little like baby, I guess, it's more like, I don't know, it's more rewarding because it's your thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So obviously it was something that I had a long, hard decision about because, like I said, to get the job and get my dream job at Misguided and then be leaving 5 months later, I had to think carefully about that, you know. It wasn't just something that I just like thought of overnight and then went and had my notice in. So anyway, I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give this a go. Like, I'm determined to make it work. I will make it work. I'll have all the time in the world to build my YouTube channel and be doing something I love and enjoy doing every day. Yeah, I wrote my notice out. I handed it in. I couldn't actually believe when I did it. Like, it was just such a surreal, weird feeling. I was like, shit, like, I'm actually doing this. Like, what am I doing? Like, am I doing the right thing? Like, I don't know. It was a bizarre feeling. But now I've left, it's like the best thing and best decision I've ever made. Whether my YouTube will work and I get to do this full time forever, I don't know, I hope so. Like, if it continues to build like it has been doing, then I know that I'll be fine. So fingers crossed, and let's hope it does. But yeah, that's where I am really. Like, I just think sometimes in life you have to just make a decision. You have to sort of make a jump and make a leap, and sometimes take a risk to sort of get to where you want to be. Like, for example, now I will be taking a pay cut because you think before I was earning my YouTube wages plus my Misguided wages, which was a lovely wage. So now obviously I'm only having the YouTube wage, which varies every month because when you are self-employed, like anything, you never know what you're earning one month to the next, especially with YouTube, because I don't know if you know how YouTube earnings work. I can do a whole different separate video about like getting into YouTube and earnings and everything like that if you want me to, so let me know in the description bar below, because I know it's quite interesting to people. But there's 3 main ways of earning on YouTube, and it's obviously sponsorships, which is where the money's at. So like brands will pay you for a sponsored video. Second way is obviously you earn money from your views on your video, so you get paid by Google every month. You also get paid from affiliate marketing, so do the little links sometimes that I put like below in the description bar. So basically if you click on those and you buy, I make a small commission. It's not massive, but obviously if everybody does that, then it just sort of builds up. So yeah, they're like the main 3 ways I think that I earn. Yeah, they're the main ways. Then obviously like Instagram as well. I'm not massive on Instagram, but like obviously people charge for their posts on Instagrams as well. Because at the end of the day, you are taking time out of your schedule. Well, not schedule, but if it's your job, isn't it? But I mean, it is time. Like, it's something you're working on. Like, for example, if I go out and do a shoot in the street and get some nice photos for a brand, like, that is work. Yes, it's a different sort of work, but you're still putting your time into that. Do you get what I mean? So I just think you should be paid for it. So yeah, so that's that. Really excited, really looking forward to what's to come. Got loads of exciting plans for my channel. I'm literally going to give it a whole revamp, make it look a lot more professional, a lot more me, just a lot more how I've always wanted it to look, but just never really had the time to make it look like that. So yeah, be prepared and expect exciting things basically. So that's that. Next thing I was getting a lot of questions on was my love life. How is it being single and all this stuff. So I'm not going to talk too much about this because I don't know, it's just a bit of a one that I'm a bit like, ugh, don't really want to speak about this yet because it's only been like, well, it's been 6 months since obviously I split up with my ex-boyfriend. So what do I call him, an ex? Yeah, I split up with, so yeah, I split up with my boyfriend, so he's now my ex. So yeah, it was 6 months ago. Obviously, I don't know if I actually really told you much about it anyway, but I'm just going to keep it very, very brief. So basically, we'd been going out for 7 years, and I was the one who ended it. What else do I want to say? Because I don't really want to say too much. I put an end to it. It was obviously me, it was my decision. And I think essentially it just come down to the fact that I'd been together with someone for 7 years, and you know, I was always looking for more. Like, I was always looking for more commitment, you know, like a house, just little things like, you know, engagement, just a next step in a relationship, and it just never sort of happened. And then because it never happened and because I was continually waiting for it, I guess I just drifted. Like, I just drifted from that person because it just then makes you think in your head, this person obviously doesn't want to be with me, they don't love me, like they don't want to commit to me. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but that's what happened. And then without really realising, it just sort of got to a stage where I just pulled myself away from him and just disconnected. You know, I got to a stage where like I was more interested about just spending my whole weekend on my YouTube than seeing him, which is obviously not good for anyone and not fair on him, certainly. So yeah, we just well, I don't know about him, but for me, I just felt like we just drifted because I was just waiting around for this commitment and a next step, and just to be shown that sort of thing, which I never got. And yeah, ultimately, like I said, it just sort of made me sort of distance myself from him, I guess, over the last few years of relationship. So yeah, it was really sad, to be honest with you, because like I say, like, he was a really, really good guy, and he is a good guy, and you know what I mean, it's hard when someone's so nice and they're such a good person. I feel like with breakups, when someone's done something, it's easy to sort of break. Well, I guess it's never easy, because if you still love them, then I guess it's never easy. But when you've got a reason there, like a solid reason, like he cheated on me, you know what I mean, you've got that reason, haven't you? But when, for me to try and explain that, it wasn't easy. And especially more so, like I say, when someone's nice, like when someone's an idiot or dick to you, like it's not as, it's easier to walk away from because you know they're no good for you. But obviously he was such a good guy. I just think it's not an easy thing to do. But anyway, I've done that now, and I am in a really good place at the moment. I'm working on me. I feel like as well that I'm building this like inner confidence, because I've always been a very insecure person. So, you know, it's been nice to have time just like on my own and, you know, go out with no makeup on. I never would have done that. Like, in the last 10 years, I'd never have left my house without makeup and felt actually okay about it. And do you know, because I've been doing it more and more and more, I'm finally getting to a place where I actually feel semi-comfortable in my own skin without makeup on. And I never thought I'd get to the point where I could do that, and it's so nice. I can't even tell you how nice it is to just some days not have any makeup on and just go out the house and go shopping. Like, that might sound so crazy and strange to people, but honestly, it was a big thing that I've had to overcome. And I feel like I'm finally getting there with that. So that is a very positive thing that I feel like I've changed in the last 6 months. So yeah, that's that. In other news as well, I am getting my teeth done very, very soon. So for all you people that leave me hate about my teeth, well, you still have something to say, because haters always do. But no, it's not due to that, so I don't want people to think that I'm getting my teeth done because of hate, because I honestly just ignore hate that I get. Haters are just, I don't know, they've got nothing better to do with their lives, really. No, basically with my teeth, I have not got bad teeth, so I don't want to sit here and say I've got the worst teeth in the world, because I wouldn't say they're like the worst teeth. I know there's a lot of people out there that, you know, have got probably 10 times worse teeth than what I have. But basically with my teeth, I wanted them done. I think because I do film videos, it's something I see all the time when I'm like watching back my videos, and you know, if you can afford to, and if it's something that will boost your confidence, why not? That's my motto on things. That's not to say like go out and be excessive with surgery and stuff. Like, no, you have to get the balance. But so basically with my teeth, obviously you're not really going to be able to see properly without me going right close to the camera, which I'm not going to do. But basically with my teeth, the front two teeth cross over. I had braces when I was younger, but I think like us all, we never wore our retainers, or the retainers broke and didn't get them replaced, whatever. So yeah, my teeth over the years, since my childhood, have moved a lot. So my front two teeth cross over, which from certain angles you can actually see. So I really don't like them. And then also, basically, I think the main thing with my teeth is they're all different shapes. They're really like steppy, if you get what I mean. Like, I don't know if you can see, but they're just like really gappy in between each tooth, whereas I want them just like lengthened a bit and just more like filled out. I don't want them like overly fake looking. I want them quite natural, but yeah, I just want them just more like straighter and longer, pulled down. So yeah, so I'm getting them done with a guy called Dr. McLean, and he is from Kiss Dental, and they are based in Manchester. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I know a couple of people that have had their teeth done with them, so that's essentially why I went there. I did have a few consultations elsewhere, but he was without the doubt the best, and also like the price was really reasonable. I'm only getting my front teeth done, I'm not getting the bottom done, because obviously after my consultation he was like, your bottoms, yes, not straight, they sort of do cross over, but when I smile, my top teeth do actually cover my bottoms. So he's like, by the time I've sorted your top teeth out, it will be fine. Like, unless you're seeking real perfection, you won't really need your bottoms done, it'll be fine. Once they're whitened and everything as well, because I'm having whitening treatment as well, they should look like $1 million better. So yeah, really excited. I'm getting composite veneers, so they are different to porcelain veneers. Porcelain veneers are obviously like where they file your teeth down and obviously put, you know what I mean, whole new teeth on for you. Whereas with composite veneers, they are essentially, the only way I can describe it is they're like a sort of, if like a fill-in for your tooth. So yeah, with composite veneers, they're basically like a filled material that they use to sort of form dental veneers. So yeah, that's how they differ. Obviously they're a lot cheaper as well than full sets of like porcelain veneers, so that's another reason why I wanted them. But not only that, I think the main reason why I didn't want porcelain veneers is I didn't really fancy having all my teeth like shaved down and into little stumps, because obviously once you have porcelain veneers, that's it, like there's no going back from that, like you'll have to, get what I mean, whereas my teeth will still be underneath these, so that's one good thing. But yeah, I'm getting it done on December the 14th, I believe it is. It's one-off appointment, so I'll walk in, walk out, that's it. It's a 3.5 hour appointment though, I do believe it takes quite a while. But he was so good. Honestly, the consultation was really thorough. Yeah, I felt really happy with the service, and yeah, like I said as well, I'm getting my teeth whitened. I'm actually using a home whitening kit that they are sending me. Obviously because it's from the dentist, it's like top strength, super strong, and you will get good results. I basically had to have like an impression taken, so they're going to send me a mould. I've got all the like syringes with the product in, and that's something that I'll be doing, I think it's 2 or 3 weeks, he said, every day for an hour, and it gradually builds up whiter teeth. So hopefully by the end I'll have super sparkly white teeth. I know a lot of you always say to me now like I've got really white teeth, but I don't know, there's a few stains there, so I want to sort of get them a little bit whiter. So yeah, that's about that for that. What else was I getting questions on? Oh, I got a lot of questions actually that I noticed about fake tan and what fake tan I use, so I'm just going to answer that one. I don't actually use like one brand of fake tan. I honestly just sort of dib and dab with like loads of fake tans, but I'll give you a rundown of my favourite like 4 or 5. So my favourite fake tans are Bondi Sands, love that tan. I like it because it's got a nice scent to it, it's like coconut sort of scented, and the ultra dark one is amazing if you want to look like black. It honestly makes you look like you've been in the Caribbean for like a month, like it makes you so dark. So that's if you want to look like really super tanned, but the dark one other than that is really good. I feel like with Bondi Sands as well, it also gives you a very olive tan rather than like an orangey tan, which I like. The next tan I've been using is Cocoa Brown. Now I like Cocoa Brown just because it's really affordable. It's £6 from Primark. It's not too drying. The colour is quite a nice colour once it's developed, and it doesn't smell overly bad. It's still got like a faint smell of biscuit like most of the tans do. Don't think you can ever really run away from that completely. The only thing I would say about Cocoa Brown is it's a bit of a nightmare to scrub off because it does last. Like it is one of them tans that you put on and it will probably stay on for a weekish, you know, by the end of the week you probably need to apply a new coat. So it can be a bit of a nightmare to get off compared to other tans because I feel like the staying power is quite good. I use St. Moritz, dib and dabble in that now and again. That's one I've actually got on now. I've only just put it on this morning, so I think it's still developing. I like Santa Ritz, but I don't really feel like it stays on that long, like compared, why have I got this pen in my hand? I don't really feel like it stays on that well compared to other tans, but it does wash off really easily. So like if you want it in a tan for like two days, I'd say, 3 days maximum, and then it come off really easily without having to like overly scrubby skin, that one is really good. I also have been loving another brand at the moment, which is a newer brand in my tanning collection. It's Loving Tan. I have actually really enjoyed that. Like, I need to order myself a new bottle. I actually got sent a whole box from them to try, and I've not actually done anything on it yet, so I'm going to actually do something on it because I do really like their tan. What I like about their tan is it's such a nice colour. Like, do you know when you squirt some fake tans and they've got sort of like a dingy greeny thing to them? Like, I don't know, like, do you get what I mean? Like, or they can be like super orange and stuff. This tan is so like a naturally, again, like an olivey brown colour, more of an olivey brown than like a orange. Because I do feel like some tans can look a bit orangey sometimes, especially when they first develop, but that one really doesn't, and I really like it. It was a mousse one, went on really nice, applies really evenly. I just feel like it is a really, really good tan, so I have been really, really happy with that. But like I said, I've just run out of the bottle, so that's why I've not been using it. So I'm going to order myself a new bottle. But yeah, I've really been liking that tan as well. So they're the main ones I use. I'll list them down below so you can see them, but any of them are really good to use. And like I said, I just sort of switch them up really, because I don't know, I get bored of tans and I like to try new ones, but they're like always my like holy grail ones. I was also using an XN tan not long ago, and that's really good if you've got dry skin because it's a lotion as opposed to a mousse, and it's really silky soft, and it's not like a really, really dark tan, it's more of a natural tan, but it's really, really nice. And I was wearing that on holiday actually. It's in a bottle, it's quite pricey, but I'd actually got it on a clearance offer at Boots, so that's why I picked it up. That's a really nice tan though. Like I said, a bit more pricey, but it's a really nice tan, and it smells lovely as well. So that's the tan. I was also getting a lot of questions about starting YouTube channels and what my advice and tips are. Like I said, I think I'm going to do and film, next week it will be now, a whole sit down video on my advice, tips, how to start a YouTube channel, how you earn money on YouTube. I'm going to do a whole video on that because I feel that that is literally like a whole video. Like, I could speak for a whole video about all of that. So yeah, if you want me to do that, then do let me know in the comments below, because I will film that next week, because I think it would be quite useful, because I do get a lot of questions and a lot of emails all the time from you lot saying, how do I start a YouTube, what do I do, like what advice do you have? So yeah, if you are interested in that, then let me know. So yeah, I think I've about brought you up to date with where I am at the moment and what I'm up to and everything. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know what content you want to see on my channel and leave me some ideas in the description bar below so I can note them down. I'm going to obviously sit down today and start planning some exciting content. So yeah, stay in the loop for that. And yeah, make sure you subscribe as per usual, and I shall see you all in my next video. Bye bye.